What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I am beyond stoked to be out here fishing today. This is literally the first time that I have been fishing since we welcomed baby summer into the world. It's literally been about 2 weeks, and I think it's the longest that I've gone, maybe not ever without going fishing, but the longest I've gone in a very long time without going fishing, probably at least 10 years without going fishing. So that's crazy. But today we find ourselves out here. We're on this big bridge. This is an old bridge that goes across this river, and we're gonna be trying to find some bluegill. I've fished out here in the past before during this time of the year and caught some good ones, so I'm hoping to find some today. I've just got my ACC Crappie Sticks. This is the 6'6" one piece medium rod. I got the small little 1,000 size reel, some 10-pound braid. I've got some 6-pound leader line, and I'm gonna start off by tossing around some night crawlers, trying to locate some fish. And then I might throw a little jig, but when you're up here suspended in the air, it's kind of hard to work artificial lures, so we're probably gonna stick with live bait at this spot. If this spot doesn't work out, we'll move to another one, but I have high hopes we'll be able to catch something from this here bridge. It's a cool spot, and I'm excited to get this fishing trip underway. Like I said, it's been too long since I've been fishing. So guys, if y'all are excited to join along with me on today's adventure, do me a huge favor, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and let's see what this old bridge is hiding for us today. Let's go. So as I just mentioned, I'm gonna start by throwing some night crawlers. I've got my cooler here with some ice. It's really warm out here. I haven't fished in this kind of heat in a while. But these worms are looking okay. I've been using them for pet food to feed some of the critters at home, but I stole them to use them to catch some fish today. So we'll get one of these guys baited up on the hook, and we'll see what we can get going out here. So we're gonna get one of these guys baited up on the hook. This is just a size 4. This is actually one of the new 6 Sense little brim hooks. Testing them out today, see if they work. They should work. Pretty much all hooks work, but some hooks work better than others. Excited that 6 Sense fishing is starting to incorporate more and more panfish lures and gear for all of us that enjoy doing that. So there we go. Chunk of worm. Toss it out here first cast. See if we can get lucky. This spot has been really good to me in the past. Got him. Oh, it's a little one. Dang. Well, it's not that little, but not the size we're after, but it's our first fish of the day. We'll take it. It's a feisty little female. She's thick, really healthy fish. That's one thing I like about fishing over here in this spot, is that in general, when I've caught them in the past, they've been pretty thick. They've had a really solid build to them. There we go. Oh, that's a better one right there. That's a good one. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's a big one. Yes, look at that one. That is what we're here for, guys. Ooh, it took us a second. They might be a little further out. Usually I drop straight down and catch them, but that is a healthy, big old thick male bluegill. Look at that thing. That is solid. All right, so I came prepared and came optimistic. I got a cooler full of ice, and that is fish number 1. Let's get back in there. Yeah, right back in the same spot. Just gotta be careful not to cast into the trees. There we go. Another good one. Oh, it's not as good. She was a fighter though. Third fish of the day, our second little female bluegill. She's chunky. I guess she's full of eggs. See ya. Oh, there we go. That's a big one. Get up here. Get up here, big guy. Get up here. Yes, another football. They're not biting super aggressively. I don't know how many are down there. Honestly, might not be that many, but the ones that are, they are thick. So I think we're up to 2 females and 2 big males. Not trying to keep a whole ton of fish, but I need enough for a good mess. There we go. Okay, we're gonna slide it back up in there. The 2 big males I caught were kind of further out and kind of next to this bush. Got him. That's another big one. That's another big male. Oh my goodness. They look even bigger down there. Come on up to daddy. Yes, that might be my biggest one, honestly. Look at just how thick. Oh my gosh. How dense that thing is. Chill. I mean, that is unreal. I mean, what a thick and healthy fish. That is what you want. Some of the bluegill that I was catching earlier in the spring, you know, I was catching good numbers, but they were not really that big. And they were a lot more lean, a little bit skinnier, but that is a thick one. And it's number 3. And they all came from the same spot up underneath that limb. It's hard to cast up under there, but anytime I've been able to get it there, I've gotten bit. You can see it's just that overhanging branch right there. There's a little nook. There's like a little brush pile. Might be some rock. And I'm in there again. Maybe we can get another one right there. But got him. Another one. Oh, it's another big male. That's the juice. That is the money hole. That is the money spot right there. Not as big as the last one, but still really quality. Just big and round. And he didn't get my worm. And also, that hook is working pretty well. I mean, it's just bluegill. You know, it should, you know, hook should work like that, but it's not bending out. Oh, I'm in the tree. It seems to be pretty strong. Slide right back up under there. I got a little bit of a breeze. I'm trying to let the breeze kind of blow it up in there. I may not be quite in the spot right there. There he is. That's a giant. Goodness. Got a car coming across the bridge and we got a fish. We'll take it. Woo. Another good fish. You gotta love when you can lift the bluegill. We could catch a giant in this spot. There he is. There he is. He tried taking me into the bush. Another nice one. That's a good one. He's honestly just a little bit smaller than the ones I've been catching. So I think I'm gonna throw him back. But I mean, that's a good eater sized. We'll throw him back. We'll let him get a little bigger. I think we can catch them all the same size. We can keep them all the same size. If not here, then probably somewhere else. Like I said, I'm not trying to keep a whole cooler full. I just want to take something home to eat. Another one. See, that's a good one there. Oh my gosh. They look so crazy down there. When you're up here at this height, up on this bridge like this, and just looking down, and they always look bigger, but they, I mean, they really are big, and the water's so murky, you really don't see them until they breach. Oh, he's peeing. He's peeing. Look at that. Look at that stream. That's what you want to see when you're bluegill fishing. It means that they are down there all grouped up in some spawning grounds, and you can catch a bunch of them. Let's get another. Okay, we're rigged up with another big old fat juicy piece of worm. Gonna slide it right back underneath that tree. Kinda. Maybe we'll get ourselves another one right here. Yup. Got him. Got him. Get up here. He's not fighting. He looks good. Not really fighting that good. It's a good fish, but we're catching the ones a little bit bigger today, so I'm gonna throw them back. If we slow down catching them, I might keep some of these. But beautiful bluegill. You love to see it, and you love to see that you still got your bait on there. I'm honestly starting to kind of go through some worms, so I might swap to a jig and maybe just twitch it below the bobber, or I might could add some split shots and jiggle that jig down there. I'd rather catch them on the jig. I think the jig catches bigger fish too, honestly. Oh, big one. Big one. That fish is fighting so hard. How big is this fish? Oh my gosh, this is the biggest one of the day. Get up here. Look at that dinner plate. Oh my goodness. I mean, look at the size of that fish right there. That is a stud, big old bluegill. He's definitely going in the cooler with his buddies, and we're gonna get back out there and see if we can catch some more. This is so much fun. Oh. I got so smoked just then. Man, there's some flies flying around out here. They are just like eating me. And what's crazy is over here in the woods, all you hear is just the buzz of like, I guess it's either gnats, it could be mosquitoes, it's probably gnats. And it's just this nice, just low, just hum, just not a place I would want to camp out tonight. Let me get some redemption. That was a good bite. I don't know how I missed him. Oh, shoot. Eat it. Got him. Oh my gosh, he came flying. Oh, he came flying out of there. Okay guys, I've got something figured out. Well, what I have concluded is that there is indeed an active bluegill bed down there, I'm assuming. Well, I think there's an active bluegill bed. I just can't see it. Normally you can see it from up here, but it's so muddy, it's hard to tell. But there's a little tree down there that I'm casting under. There's also a log. And every time I get my bait next to that log, again, so they're hanging out on that hard structure. Anytime it drifts out away from there, I don't get bit. Or I get bit by like a little female. But that's a nice little male. Could keep him on many a days, but today I'm gonna send him back and keep hunting down them big ones. Had to come out here in a kayak or a boat today. I think I can kind of run this pattern all up and down this river. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a good fish. My line's jacked up. There we go. I think you can run up and down this river and hit these laying down logs against the bank and, I mean, find a bunch of spots like this. There's another good keeper. Hey there. Another nice one. Big, beautiful bluegill. On the smaller end of what we catch, but still, we're gonna throw him in there. In the corner. Oh, we got a bite. Ah, that's a little fish. Got him. Oh, he's not that little. I think I'm fishing too deep. They're not really pulling the bobber down that good. They're having to really fight with it to pull it down. Another good keeper. Look at that one. Got some beautiful colors on him. I love catching big bluegill. Cool. I'm almost starting to think that that humming sound I'm hearing out here isn't mosquitoes or gnats. It's actually just flies, because I've got about like freaking 20 flies like on my legs. I'm about to dig in my bags if I got some bug spray. I don't know if it'll work for flies. Maybe it will. I need some sort of relief, because they are just, they're not biting me yet, but I know they're looking for like a scab or something on my leg. They're like biting, they're like on me like I'm dying or something. I don't like it. Oh, I got a fish. I like that. That's a little one. I don't like it as much as some other fish, but I do like it. Okay, let's get this little guy off the hook and let's see if we got some bug spray. I think I do. I'm notorious for not having everything I need, but I do think I have bug spray. Let's see. If I have bug spray, it's gonna be in her. Yeah, baby. Ooh, that's that good stuff too. If you're looking for a good bug spray and you haven't tried this stuff here works pretty good. Let's see if it keeps these flies away. Get off of me. Okay, that should be good. Now I smell like a nice lemon. And maybe the flies won't eat me. I'm trying to put my, did y'all see that? I'm trying to put this in my cooler. That goes in there. Leader line goes in there. And the bobber and worm goes back to the river. And the worm goes in a fish's mouth. Oh, that was a fire cast right there. We are underneath that tree. Let some slack out so my bait doesn't move. Let that thing marinate for a second. Oh, there he is. Oh gosh, I had too much slack. Dang it. Oh man. Ooh, 2 fire casts in a row. There he is. There he is. Oh, he's got a second wind. I thought he was small, but I think he's big. He's big. He's big. Let's go. Let's go. That's a chub. He didn't fight that hard. That is a really solid bluegill right there, guys. He really didn't fight at first. I think I just got his head pointed up and he couldn't get back down. Nice one for the cooler. Okay, so I just messed up. Got snagged in the tree, but I only lost my hook. So I'm gonna take this opportunity to tie on a little jig with this black one. Tie this little black jig on. It's a secret jig, guys. Putting the secret jig on. There we go, on the jig. Oh my gosh, he's fighting hard. That dude is digging. Oh, it's a big one. Looky there. On the jig, guys. Oh man, it's kind of hard to fish it because you got to keep it tight to the wood without it actually getting snagged up. But I was just kind of shaking it in place. And that is another dandy, another good keeper. Let's put this guy in the box. And let's catch another one. Okay, I'll swap back up to the worm. The jig fishing would just prove to be a little bit too difficult because of how precise of a cast I needed to make, and just being up here, elevated and in the wind, it was just not easy, and also not easy to keep the bait in the strike zone. So we're gonna save the jig fishing for later, maybe in another spot. But for now, we're gonna keep using these worms, see if there's any more fish hanging out here. We gave them a little bit of a break while we were retying. Oh shoot, there he is. Oh my gosh, he smoked it so hard. You can kind of see right there, they're not biting it instantly. It's taking them a second to kind of find it, I think, in the muddy water. So I think that's why the jig wasn't working as well. There you go. Instant. When you get it close to the bank, they bite it pretty much as soon as it hits the water right there. Another good bluegill. Another good candidate for keeping. Let's see what the inside of our cooler looks like. I bet it looks pretty good. All right, so we're gonna put this guy in there. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It might be 11 right there. I thought there were 10 or 11. That's awesome. Oh, that's a good one. That's another good one. Get up here. This one here looks a lot different than the other ones I've been catching. Look at the spots. Look at all those spots on that fish. He's honestly like super gorgeous. That's crazy. I haven't caught a bluegill that looked like that ever, I don't think. Like, is that normal? I don't think that's normal. Maybe it is. That's crazy speckling. Just because he's so pretty, I'm gonna send him back. Dang it. Oh, never mind. I thought I made a bad cast, but it was actually a good one. Oh, that's a big female right there. Nice. Been a while since we caught a female. That's our biggest female of the day. I think she's got eggs in her. She looks tubby. Look at that. Oh, that's a good cast right there. Got him. Got him. Big one. Another big one. Come on. Come on. Come on up. Come on up. Come on up and see me. There we go. Man, it has kind of slowed down a little bit on the big guys. I had a school of, I guess, just a bunch of little females coming in there, and they were stealing my bait, and I was catching them, but they were just little guys. But finally, we're back on the big fish train. Really, I mean, these fish are all so beautiful and unique looking. This one here is like really olive. Not so many spots. See, this one here has no spots on him. Wild. He's a good keeper too. Okay, my bite has really slowed down. I got a few more pieces of worm, looking to get one more good keeper. Also, you can kind of see down there, my shade line is really getting tight to the bank. That should put the fish even closer to the bank and up underneath those sticks and logs. So I'm gonna try my best to keep it as tight to that as possible without getting snagged like I'm about to right now. Get out of the tree. Actually, I'm gonna let it just drop down. Let it drop down, see if a fish pulls me out of there. So I'm stuck in the tree a little bit. My bait's in an optimal spot though. Oh. Oh, I missed him. Dadgummit. Briefly had him. We got out of the tree though. Oh, that's him. That's him. I think that's him. Nope, that's her. She was digging briefly for a second, but then she got smaller. Been a lot of these over the last like 30 minutes. Let's try that again. Oh, that might be him right there. That's him. There we go. That's what we were looking for right there, guys. One last good keeper male. Oh, he's thick. He's angry too. Look at that. He's got a lot of good spots on him also. Look at that. Just beautiful. Look how bright blue his gills are. I mean, that is just gorgeous. Might make a couple more casts down there. just because I got a full piece of worm still on my hook. But if we don't get any more, that is great. Probably got about 15 in the cooler now, and that's all you can really ask for. Let's take a look again. Another little cooler update. He's going in. It smells very fishy in there, and I like it. All right, guys, we are back here at the house. Had an awesome time fishing out there on the river from the top of that bridge. Got a really nice mess of fish. Honestly, didn't catch as many as I thought I was going to, but still cannot complain with the results. I think I got like 15 or so here at the cleaning table. Here are a couple of the bigger ones here. They're a little slimy. My ice melted. It was so hot out there today. But got some really nice bluegill. I mean, above average size for what I'm used to catching. And I'm excited to get them cleaned up and eat them. I'm going to clean them 2 different ways. I'm going to fillet a few, and then I'm also going to be just scaling and cutting the head off. But I'm going to go ahead and get after it, and I'll catch you guys when I get done. All right, we just got the fish all cleaned up, and we have just enough time before the sun sets to get them cooked up for y'all tonight. What I'm doing is what I like to do often, and that is just battering up the bluegill fillets, and we're going to be tossing them into this deep fryer. I also, as y'all saw, cleaned a bunch of them whole, scaled them, and we're gonna be eating those again really soon. But just for tonight and for time's sakes, I think I have about 10 fillets in the bag, which should be plenty enough for us to eat. I'll throw some sides together to go with it, but I've got my deep fryer down here in front of me. It should be pretty close to being heated up. I'm gonna toss those in there and we'll get to feasting on them. Okay, we got our oil all heated up. I dropped the fillet in there to test it out. Here's what they look like. Super tasty looking. There's honestly not a whole lot better than fried up bluegill fillets. They are just so tasty. That's why I love pursuing them so much. I mean, obviously they're fun to catch, but it's fun to catch something that you also really love to eat. It's kind of like gardening. You know, you don't really plant the things you don't like to eat. You plant things that you love to eat, and that's kind of why I fish for the things that I like to fish for, because, well, I like to eat them. All right, guys, I know that it's late. It's a little dark, but those fish look amazing. They crisped up just perfectly, and I am ready to try them out because they look super tasty. They're a little hot, so I need to let them cool off a second, but it's about to go down. This is what it's all about right here, guys. Just going out, having ourselves a nice afternoon of fishing, getting home before dark, getting them cleaned up, and we're gonna try them out. We're gonna give put a little bit of Slappy Mama on there. Just kind of garnish them off. I fried them in cornmeal and some of this mixed together, but we're just gonna top it off just a little bit, just to give it a little extra kick. And now it is time to do the official taste test on the bluegill that we caught off the bridge over the river. I know these are gonna be good, but let's go ahead and take a bite. So good. As always, guys, they are just so delicious. And for me, it's just like the taste of summertime. It's like bluegill and watermelon. It's all I want in the summertime. But anyways, guys, that is going to wrap up today's episode. Had a great time out there catching these fish and then bringing them here, cleaning and cooking them. You know, it's always a good time, and it just honestly felt so good to be back out there on the water. And I know that Jay is eagerly awaiting her chance to get back out there on the water, but we do have plans to go fishing this week multiple times, so be on the lookout for that. But until then, if y'all enjoyed the video, do me a huge favor, hit thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you on the next one. Bye, guys.